So today's video is going to be ranking the season 1 auditions on the next step. There are some grounds in ranking in the season, how they show their confidence, how they show their originality, show their personality, stand out from the crowd, show they can dance on a competitive team. This both applies to A and B Troop, because I'm not sure all of A Troop that were on A Troop showed that they could dance in a competitive team. Also, to not be complacent, because I think both A and B Troop can easily have that, and also we don't want that to happen. So give 100% effort to their audition, like that's really important. Basically, I'm ordering them based on who would be most likely to be. Similar how I ranked the scholarship auditions. Bottom I've put the Irish Dancer. It doesn't have a name. If you know the name of the Irish Dancer, comment it down below. Not mentioned. If there are any names not mentioned in this video and you know who they are, comment them down below. I wasn't sure why you'd do Irish dancing to stand up. It was fresh and unique, and I like to see fresh air, like people do different styles, but nobody apart from him did an Irish dance, so he wouldn't fit on A Troop. Truth is, A Troop don't do Irish dancing, so I didn't get why you'd audition doing Irish dancing when you're not auditioning for an Irish dancing team. Above the Irish dancer was Sarah. I like Sarah's dancing, but she was better than some of the people on B Troop. She should have shown more. I would have liked to have seen more, because later in the season she was so impressive. Very stop-starty. It looked like she'd ran out of things to do quite early, that she had to think a lot. First episode she wasn't confident, she seemed nervous, she did her tricks, but I didn't feel her connect to her dance. Next is Beth. I like Beth, but the same with Sarah, she was more impressive later in the season. She had a confident, strong start, but when she failed to do her back walkover, she didn't cover it up. She confidently entered, but after that it kind of went a bit downhill. She had the confidence. That's above her. We have our first A Trooper, and it's Stephanie. Honestly, I'm surprised I've put Stephanie this high, because I expected her to be at the bottom. The moves were energyless, to be honest. The people below her I like better than her, but we're basing this on the auditions alone. There was no drive, as in I want to make A Troop, therefore I'm going to try my hardest in this audition. She was complacent, more complacent than Giselle, so if everybody who in the audition, so if anybody was complacent in the audition, it was Stephanie. Like, I think Giselle wanted to make A Troop. Like, Giselle didn't deserve to be kicked off. She showed her personality, that's why she's above the people below her. She had good transitions from her leap to her rollover on the floor. But apart from that, what impressive things can she do? It was kind of stop-starty, I'd say. It's in like she'd run out of things to do. She had to think about what she was going to do a lot, and yet she does the same things in every solo. Next I put Charlie. It was nice to see more. It would have been nice to see more, because what we saw was not the most impressive. It's messy, but he had the energy. He just threw out the moves like it was nothing. Just went for it. He showed he wanted it. Then we have the tap dancer. It was good. Again, nice to see something different and new. Though he used the space, he didn't just tap on the spot. He turned his tap into a whole dance, and he showed he can do more than just tap. Also, he showed his personality. He did hip-hop, breakdancing, tap, fusion. It was good. It was a really good solo. Next we have Tiffany. Tiffany's above everyone else and is where she is because she showed her personality, her dance. She really made hip hop her own. She had so much energy, and that is why she's where she is, because she had her personality, the energy that some of the people below her didn't really have. She didn't really do her best. She was better in season 2 than season 1, and she only really made it because she was an e-girl. She could have bought more. She should have thrown in her best moves into her dance and proved why she belonged on A-Troop, like she could do a really good hip-hop solo, but she didn't. She had stage presence. She did show more of a want than we saw from Stephanie and some people below her. I can understand A-Troop not showing everything because Kate and Chris know what they can do, but they need to show they deserve to be on A-Troop. But for B-Troop, what they need to show everything because Kate and Chris don't necessarily know what they can do. Next is Chloe. Chloe's audition was really good. She showed she wanted it. She showed her strengths in ballet contemporary. She showed she can do an aerial. She showed her capability. She showed her flexibility. She had a structured audition compared to like Tiffany, Beth, Stephanie. Chloe tried harder than Tiffany, I'd say. Next we have Emily. I did not expect to be putting Emily this high, and my eye is running. Okay. I can't say hay fever because it's not hay fever. I thought for the e-girls who were on A-Troop already, her audition was really good. She had the drive to make it onto A-Troop. She knew that she had to fight for her spot. She had more of a drive than Stephanie and Tiffany. The box split jump was good. She was good in season 1. Her flexibility was insane. Her turns were good. She had so much stage presence and confidence. She brought her best to the audition. For somebody already on A-Troop, she brought her best. Next we have Riley. The way Riley entered the circle was really good. She entered confidently. She didn't show any complacency. She had the fire, she had the drive, she had the energy. She fought for her spot, knowing it could be taken by somebody else and knowing how much work you have to do to stay in A-Troop. She used her own style. She was very good at freestyle. She used her face. Her stage presence was good. She was good. She tried her best to make it onto A-Troop. She could have been more versatile. That's the one thing I'd say. Like, I'd put her higher if she was a bit more versatile. Next we have Daniel. I love Daniel's audition so much. His technique was good. His drive was good. He had so much drive to make it onto A-Troop. He had a purpose in his audition, which made it good. I liked his audition. He tumbled, he showed his turns, he showed his versatility. Next we have West. I love West's audition, but there were not loads of stage presence. He danced confidently, but he didn't ooze confidence. He kind of danced more within himself. If we base it on the dance, he would be high. You can tell in his own ability he was confident. He danced with power, but there wasn't loads of charisma. Like later on in the seasons we see more of West's charisma. Had the wow factor though. Next we have Giselle. To be honest, she did show the fire in her moves towards the end. It was nice. Would have been nice to see more accurate. It was nice to see her technique was good. Kind of stayed on one level. She did well, but she was not amazing. I loved her technique. I loved how it flowed. Like, I loved to see like a more contemporary side. Like, I did enjoy it. You can feel the fire more towards the end. She needed to show some more accurate. Giselle did have the confidence. She did have the fire. I liked her musicality. Above Giselle is Michelle. I thought Michelle had a lot of range. She brought it. She had the fire. She had no complacency. She wasn't the most confident dancer. That's why she's where she is. She did show her versatility. She could do jazz, more harder hitting moves, acro, her technique for ballet and contemporary. Similar to where she danced confidently, but she didn't show that confidence. In second place is James. James made a great first impression. He kick-started his routine with a bang. He was confident. He knew he needed to fight for his spot. He did not show his versatility. He did have good confidence and stage presence. James directed his dancing to everybody. He made himself memorable. He was confident in what he was doing. He deserved a place, and that's why, like, he showed no complacency. He knew he could get bumped down to B Troop, and he didn't want that. So he literally showed no complacency. And first place, we have the legend Eldon. He was engaged in his dance. He maintained the intensity, which he showed throughout. He had a lot of stage presence. He fought for his spot. He showed no complacency. He knew that he needed to do his best, and if he did his best, then he's liable not to go down to B Troop. He showed his face that showed he wanted it, and people needed to be worried. He knew what he wanted to achieve. He had the wow factor. When he did the shh moment, that showed the musicality. He knew what he wanted to do. He knew how to make it onto A Troop. He showed no complacency, showed dynamics, versatility, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye.